Hey, what is up guys, Nick here with this week's DCEU video. Now with this video I wanted to talk about a character that I really love and a character that I don't think has gotten nearly as enough attention as I think he should be getting, and that is Vic Sage, aka The Question. Now The Question is one of those great characters from DC Comics and one that I really think that could lend itself to TV perfectly. Now The Question has had very little comic book runs, well the Vic Sage version of the character, because we know Renee Montoya took over during the 52 event and onwards. Now, Vic Sage Question was first introduced in Charlton Comics Blue Beetle issue 1 as a backup story. Now, Vic Sage's first comic books actually took place over the first 6 issues of Blue Beetle. He was just a backup, 12-page kind of backup story each issue, and then he got his own spin-off comic, and it was all created by Steve Ditko. He was the creator of The Question. He was kind of based off Ditko's original political views of, being an Ayn Rand kind of character. He saw things black and white, and I think that The Question is such an interesting character because when you think about it, it's a guy who is determined, just like Batman. He's a great fighter, he's a great detective, but he has the different quality that none of the other superheroes have, and he's a faceless man. He's just kind of almost embodies the everyman in the world. He's just faceless. He'd be very creepy actually if you saw him down a dark alleyway, just dude with no face or anything, just no features on his face, and that'd be pretty creepy to see. And I think that they could do a very gritty sort of Question TV show. It's based in like criminal stuff happening and corruption, crime in the city, almost kind of like a Batman show almost, but it would just be like a different angle because The Question is such a different character than Batman and stuff, where he doesn't necessarily deal with the ground level people. He goes to the root of the problem, and when dealing with corruption in cities, most notably in Hub City, which is a very dark, gloomy place, even worse off than Gotham City to most people. But I really would love to see The Question introduced in a TV series, but I don't think he could be utilized on a network TV show because The Question's sort of source material is above that. I think The Question is a very dark character. Like I said, when Denny O'Neil took over the character in 1980 and he had done that run in the 80s, The Question, the 36 issue run, is a great, fantastic run. I'd highly recommend you guys go check it out. He really introduced this level of maturity to the character. All the stuff that happened in the book is a very dark title, very difficult title to read too. If you read the book, you'll tell what I'm talking about here. The Question's storyline is very heartbreaking in that run, and I think that this character could be very greatly utilized on a premium sort of cable show or something like that. Like if The Question got a show on HBO, I think that would be the perfect place for him, or like Netflix, because they could do a TV MA and just kind of do all out what they would, blood, violence, drugs, all that kind of swearing, stuff like that. But there are a lot of people that said, well, The Question should be on Arrow, or The Question should be in the CW universe because it'd be cool. Well, it would be cool, but I don't think they could do the character properly or do justice on the CW. Kind of like how Hellblazer turned out with Constantine. The Constantine show is fine, Matt Ryan's a great guy, I think he's a great Constantine, but I don't think that show on that network gave them the full freedom to do Constantine properly how he was portrayed in the comic books. Much like how I feel that if The Question was put on, say, the CW or something like that, I don't think that they could do full on what The Question should be. Now, The Question was also popularized by his appearances in Justice League Unlimited and Batman Brave and the Bold. I really love those interpretations of the character. I think that the Justice League Unlimited version of The Question was fantastic. I love the voice actor. I love that character on that show. I just think that they did a very good job at going back to the roots of him, what he was when Steve Ditko was writing the character, when he was this much more black and white kind of conspiracy theorist type of character. Instead of when Denny O'Neil took over and he became this Zen surrealist character, it was a little different take on the Question mythology. But really, like I'm saying, any version of Vic Sage is great. I really hope that they did more with him. The character was teased in the New 52. If you go back and actually pick up the New 52 Free Comic Book Day issue from 2012, I believe that came out, the Vic Sage and the Trinity of Sin, all those characters were teased because in that issue the 7 gods judged these characters, the 3 characters, and you saw this redheaded character who you don't know his name, but everyone's assuming it's Vic Sage because he's really apparent with the gods, and he's like, I'm better than all of you, I can prove it. And then they make his face go away and say, go search your whole life for the question of who you are, your identity. And I think that character was underutilized in the New 52, and I really hope that they had done a Question Rebirth comic focusing on Vic Sage. But anyways, getting back to my point of why The Question deserves a TV show is because that character's storyline from Denny O'Neil, the 36 issues, could easily fit, say, 3 seasons of television on HBO or something. 3 seasons, one and done. You could have a great show about this character, where he could go through all the eras of the Question, you know, sort of with him as Steve Ditko, this kind of this character that sees everything in black and white. He's a very idealist type of character. And then you could have him go through that crucible where he becomes more like the Zen character from Denny O'Neil's run, and then have him have that character arc. I think it would be fantastic. I really do think they could do something very great with him. I don't think The Question is right for a film, because that would just not really fit that character. A serialized character would be much more suited for television. But anyways, post your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you a fan of The Question, and would you like to see him get his own show, but on a higher budget cable or Netflix sort of thing? Anyways, leave your thoughts down below on The Question. What do you think of the character? Do you think he should get a new comic book or a TV show, or what would you like to see with him? And if you're new to the channel and you're stopping by for the first time and you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there to stay up to date on all the latest content that we provide here at the Hybrid Network. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you guys next time.